Hey everybody. Okay, so I know you guys can't see me and I'm sorry for that, but I am just not looking so fantastic. So here we are. Okay, this video is just going to be about Medea. You guys have a short reflection essay due this Friday by midnight. Okay. Things to keep in mind are the themes of revenge, loyalty, manipulation, trust. Think about how gender plays a role in the play. Okay, so you know, when a man is seeking revenge, it's thought of as like a good thing. But if a woman seeks revenge, they're thought of as like crazy and psycho. Okay, so think about that and how that, you know, is okay in the play, but also how, Medea is seen as crazy. This is also one of your potential topics for your research paper. But we're going to just talk about Medea for a little bit, okay? So, with that being said, so Medea is married to Jason. They have two children, okay? Let me get their name. Mermaid? Uh, Bear with me. I know I threw it in here. I threw a infograph on or into the email rather. Come on, there we go. Come on. Okay. Mermaidos? Memoros. Okay, and fairies. They are the two boys of Jason and Medea. Sorry, mermaidos. Sorry. Sometimes I just kill myself. Anyway, okay, so we have those two kids, Jason, the husband, Medea. Jason is not he doesn't have a high status, but he has a lot of respect where they are in Corinth. Okay, so they had moved and they gained some popularity, some fame by being respectable people. And Medea is, kind of going about life. And she's like, life is good. And one day Jason decides that he wants to really advance his status in the city and says to Medea, hey, you know what? I think that it would be best if I married, God, I swear I know people's names. Gloss. Uh-oh. Hold on. Sorry, my son is still in school right now as I'm doing this video, so I'm trying to listen at the same time to them, and she's saying his name. So I'm trying to see if he's getting in trouble or if he's doing something good, because you just never know. Okay, so I'm going to figure out this name. If it kills me, it is Gloss. Okay. Okay, so he says, I'm going to marry her. I'm going to leave you and you're going to, I'm leaving you and the kids. I'm taking her as my wife. And that'll be that, because I think that's really best for all of us, because I need to advance myself and like, screw you. So, and because women took care of the kids, it would only make sense for the kids to go with her rather than stay with Jason. Okay. This makes Medea go crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay. To the point that she plots such revenge that she doesn't even care that she's putting her kids in danger, because she just wants the satisfaction of making her husband or ex-husband suffer. Okay. So Creon, the king of Corinth, decides that he's going to banish Medea. Now, King Creon is also the father of Glauce, because he thinks that she is going to try to seek revenge on Jason. And guess what? Spoiler alert, he's right. So he decides to banish them from the city. But Medea pleads a little bit, and says, just give me a day to get, my affairs in order, because you can't just ask me to pick up and leave. Like, I gotta pack my stuff and whatever, and figure out where I'm going and what I'm going to do with these kids. So King Creon decides, okay, you're right. I'll give you a day. So in that one day, she plans and hatches her entire revenge plot. Okay. So I don't know what's happening. Let's see. So anyway, so Medea and Jason kind of get into a verbal altercation where Medea calls him spineless and does not want to accept any help from him because what good are you if you're just kicking me out? You're kicking me to the curb. So like, no way, I don't want your help. Anyway, so by chance, the king of Athens, Aegeus, shows up and he offers Medea some sanctuary in his hometown of Athens in exchange for her knowledge on some drugs. Kind of creepy, right? He is sterile and he doesn't want to be. So he asks Medea to, essentially give him some drugs that can cure him. And she says, yeah, okay, if you give me a place to live in Athens. And so everybody's agreed. And now that she has cleared all of these potential obstacles in her way, she completes her revenge, which is a plan that ends up including killing her own kids. And she only is killing them because she just wants Jason to suffer. She doesn't even care that she's going to suffer their loss. She cares more about the satisfaction she feels from Jason being sad than her own sadness. And that's a whole different level of messed up. Hold on. Yes. Okay, hold on, buddy. I can't. Bear with me, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My son needed some help drawing. Okay. So anyway, so Medea then continues throughout the rest of the play to engage in this ruse. She pretends to sympathize with Jason, and Jason kind of falls for it because they were married. So why wouldn't she, try to, I don't know, help him, I guess. Okay. And Medea then offers some gifts to Gloss. I know I'm saying her name wrong, but that's whatever. Everybody says it differently. So anyway, these gifts are meant to convince her to ask her father, King Creon, if the kids can stay with them because they should not be part of what is going on between Jason and Medea. Okay. And so these gifts are actually covered in poison. And so when Gloss receives them, she immediately dies from touching them because the poison's absorbed into her. King Creon, in a fit of despair, embraces her and says, I will die with you because I can't live without you. And so he also dies. Okay. You guys can hear my kid. Okay, so someone then goes and tells Medea of these horrible deaths. And she's just like, oh, wow, that's some terrible news. She is now essentially determined, though, with their deaths to fulfill her revenge plot. And she then goes and murders her kids, flees the scene, and she's just, is she crazy? Because now Jason is left all alone. The king is gone. His kids are gone. His fiance, for the most part, is gone. And any chance of him advancing himself in the city is completely gone because he abandoned Medea. He can't marry Glaus. And essentially the conflict that opened our play is now over and done. It's gone. There is no more conflict. So essentially it's been resolved, but really it's just been annihilated. Everything he values has been lost. And so in that sense, Medea wins. But now, so think about that revenge plot is so intense. Okay. Is Medea crazy? Did Jason truly drive her to that? Or do you think that she already had some crazy in her for her to have to kill her kids? I mean, do we have to do all that? Probably not. Probably not. Okay. I also just want to say real fast. So, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to back it up. Okay. So we have multiple themes. I told you manipulation, trust, loyalty. Oh gosh, what was the other one? Revenge. Yeah. Okay. Those were my plots. But there's also betrayal, passion. Okay. So Medea, is a very passionate person for what she ends up doing. At no point during the play does she stop and think, am I overreacting? Is this too much? She feels incredibly betrayed by Jason. Now, we're not given the information on if Jason and Medea married for love or if they had an arranged marriage. We have no idea how they ended up together. But the idea that she felt so betrayed to go to such an extent to murder her kids tells us that she truly loved Jason. Okay. So we have some symbols. Okay. So the poisoned crown, which is one of the things that Gloss gets. Okay. Represents Jason's ambition. And that's beyond it being poisoned. But as poisoned, it represents Medea's revenge. So it's kind of like this dual factor. Okay, then the golden chariot that Medea drives off in by her grandfather, the sun god. It represents her pride and her victory and her divine nature. Okay, now this is on that infographic that you guys have in your email. All right, we have a few main characters, but that's not really important. I mean, it is, but Okay, so when you guys go to write your short essay or your short reflection essay, reflect on those themes. Okay, what do you think about Medea? Do you think she was crazy? Do you think she was driven to it? Did she already have some crazy in her? What do you think about, the gender roles of it? Okay, so those are some things that I'm looking for you guys to kind of answer in your short reflection essay. Other than that, I think that's it. If you are choosing not to read my emails because you're just hoping for videos to go over them, please read the section on the research papers. It's under last week. I would be remiss to say that I wasn't disappointed because I was a little bit. Some of the things that I had to grade a little more harsher on are things that you definitely learned in 102. I know the few students that are in this class that I had were taught them by me. So my assumption is that you've learned them from other teachers as well. So with that said, please take a look at the comments to correct your papers. I'll be right there, buddy. You can check the comments on Moodle. There are the comment bubbles. And then if you click on the little square with the pencil on the right-hand sidebar, it will show you my overall comments on the paper. For those of you that emailed it to me, most of you emailed, what, dude? What? You don't need me. Okay. I can't fucking stand this virtual learning. They need to go back to school. Anyway, Microsoft Word, there's comment bubbles. I wrote in red so that you guys can see everything. I don't really like writing in red, but it's the easily seen comments. So anyway, I'm going to now hop off. And if you guys have questions, I will talk to you at some point, I guess. Just let me know. If you want to have a one-on-one conference about your rough drafts, please let me know. We will schedule something. That short reflection essay is due this Friday, the 9th by midnight. And that's all I've got for you guys. So I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.